Good morning. Hello.
Hello, hello. So we have 1 minute left, and I think we will start because all the judges are here, and I hope all the members are here as well, and some people in the audience. So we will start in 1 minute. Okay, I think that we can start. I will record.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, I'll record our debate. Yeah, please open your cameras if you're okay with that. So, good morning, esteemed debaters and distinguished judges and guests. Welcome to a much-awaited debate between the National Student Council of Republic of Moldova and the local student council from Uzbekistan. Today, we'll drown into a critical topic that resonates with every student, educator, and parent worldwide, which is technologies in school, promoters or adversaries of education. Let me introduce myself. My name is Grosso Irina. I am the member and the vice president of the External Relations Department in the National Student Council of the Republic of Moldova. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce you to our esteemed guests, not guests, judges, my bad. We have here with us Alina Ciobanu, which is the project assistant of National Youth Council of Moldova. We have Yuan Lekar, an active individual and also representative of the National Student Council from the 2022 and 2023 elections. And last but not least, we have Achilova Malika Jamshidovna, a leading expert in pedagogy and curriculum development in Uzbekistan. Uh, if you, dear judges, have any introduction words or you would like to greet our debaters, why not? I'm offering you the stage.
Yeah, may I, if it is possible? Hello to everyone. My name is Alina. I'm so happy to be in here. First of all, I wish you good luck. And second, I want to know who are the judgments with me. So I'm from Moldova. Who is from Uzbekistan? Oh, okay. Hello. Hi. Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
hello, I'm also from Moldova. Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we have two judges from Moldova and one from Uzbekistan. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I wish you good luck. I know that you will do a good job, and the really important thing in debate is critical thinking, tolerance, and respect of all ideas. So I hope and I know that you will do a good job. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Uh, okay, now before we dive into the actual debate, let me clarify that this is an academic debate following the Karl Popper model. For those unfamiliar, it means that we aim not to prove absolute truth, but rather to critical evaluate the arguments and evidence. Now let's outline some rules of engagement. Each team will have equal time to present their arguments. For the opening statement, we offer 6 minutes. And for the next three arguments and conclusion, they will have 5 minutes. And for rebuttals, we'll offer 3 minutes. I'll be the one who'll give you a sign. When you will have 2 minutes left, I'll give you white question mark, like that, right? When you have 1 minute left, I will give you a red question mark, which means that you have to conclude and finish your argument. If not, I will unmute myself and I will stop you instantly. Also, the judges, they have a evaluation paper, so they will make notes throughout the whole debate. And at the end, they have a private meeting where they will discuss and choose the winners of this event. So now, without any further ado, let's dive into our debate. I'm offering the stage to the first speaker of affirmative party, which is Angelina. Stage is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, let's start. Um, Hello, everybody, esteemed judges and respected opponents. Uh, as a representative of the affirmative team, our purpose today is to champion the transformative role of technology uh, and the role it plays in advancing and reshaping the landscape of education. First, let's dive into the essence of technologies. In the context of our debate, we are not merely referring to gadgets and devices. Instead, we encompass a broad spectrum of tools, platforms, and applications designed with the explicit purpose of enhancing learning experience, engage students on a deeper level to the vast world of online resources that democratizes access to information. Technologies serve as pivotal instruments in modern education, propelling us into an era of innovation and accessibility. Now let's unpack the term promoters of education. In the context of our discourse, these are elements that contribute positively to the learning process, fostering an environment conducive to knowledge acquisition and skill development. It goes beyond traditional methods, embracing the dynamic capabilities of technology to enhance education in multifaceted ways. This includes fostering engagement, improving accessibility, and ultimately elevating overall educational outcomes. Our journey into the heart of this debate begins with recognition of the transformative power of technology. We stand at crossroads where innovation intersects with education, where traditional paradigms are challenged and redefined. The question before us is not whether technology has a role in education, but rather how profound and impactful that role can be. Uh, to truly understand the significance of our stance, we must acknowledge the current educational landscape's challenges. Traditional methodologies, often constrained by resources and accessibility, struggle to cater the diverse needs of learners. Here, technology emerges not as a disruptor, but as a solution, offering a way to address these challenges and unlock new possibilities for learners worldwide. The crux in our argument lies in the belief that technologies can revolutionize the learning experience, making it more engaging, adaptable, and inclusive. Let's consider the aspect of engagement. Interactive software, virtual simulations, and gamified learning environments capture students' attention, fostering a love for learning that extends beyond the confines of traditional classroom. Um, Moreover, the issue of accessibility looms large in our educational discourse. Geographical barriers, resource limitations, and disparities in educational opportunities are stark realities. Technology, however, acts as a bridge connecting learners from diverse backgrounds to a wealth of information and educational resources. Online platforms and digital tools have the potential to level the playing field, ensuring that education becomes a universal right rather than a privilege. As we champion the cause of technologies as promoters of education, it is crucial to emphasize the inclusivity and adaptability that technology brings to the table. Personalized learning experiences tailored to individual needs and learning styles empower students to take charge of their educational journey. No longer confined to a one-size-fits-all approach, technology allows us to nurture the unique strengths and talents of each learner. In conclusion, esteemed judges and respected opponents and fellow advocates of education, Our team stands unwavering in our conviction that technologies are not mere tools but transformative agents in the realm of education. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, let us embrace technology as a partner in our pursuit of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Thank you.
Okay, great. Now the first speaker of affirmative party will be interrogated for 3 minutes by the fourth speaker of negative party, which is Nozima. Please, you have 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Nazma. So I'm tuning to Angelina and I want to give a question. Nowadays, many people are against using the latest technological platforms, whereas others agree with the idea that it turns our life to the easier one and develop manufacturers as you and develop manufacturers like the Angelina, our forwards mentioned. So my question is, you said that students could solve struggling challenges with using the technology. And what does it end with if technology does everything, whatever we want, without any kind of thinking and the refreshment? What outcomes and results if we earn from using technology every time, despite our own language and knowledge? Can you answer?
Yes. Technology, it's not meant to be used for everything. We are talking about technology promoting education and helping us have a better learning environment. Uh, I would say there are many people who have different um, living situations, like far away from school and stuff like that. So it would really help them um, with online courses and stuff like that. So technology is more of a hand in need than something to rely on every day.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, if there are not any more questions, then we can move on to the first speaker of negative party, Omina. Omina, are you here? Yeah, sure. Okay.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. As the introducer for Uzbekistan's team in today's debate, our focus sharpens on a crucial point surrounding technology in schools. So our mission is to discover the many effects of this digital wave and the beginning. Okay, let's take a look at its negative effects. Um, as you know, technology has already become an integral part of our lives. It includes several gadgets, laptops, televisions, and so on. Nowadays, schools
Are there any issues? Or
There's something wrong with the connection. Sorry for this.
sorry.
Okay.
Nowadays, schools and universities are relying on technology during the lessons, although it can be beneficial for well education. However, negative impact of health problems might be created. First, I want to talk about the most common issue is low vision problems. Most of the children, especially teenagers, are suffering from this disease. And the main cause is technology because it consists of high level of light, and this is harmful for their eyes. cause high level of lightness can reduce people's natural ability of see. It's so beautiful to see them with this illness at their young age. They cannot read without special glasses and can see distant objects or people. This is becoming more and more common problem in all over the world. For example, um, in Uzbekistan, almost 45% of children are suffering from low vision problems. But before, we didn't have this kind of problems because technology turned fame as well. In addition to this, mental health problems are also encouraging. The most famous one is brain cancer. Yeah, it's true that there isn't available high percent of this illness, but it will. Um, I've read a fact about that. If children spend time 6 more hours on those gadgets a day during 2 years, brain cancer can be started. The last one is, I would say, is that disrupted sleep patterns. Not only before bedtime usage, but also usage of daily basis can also cause for this problem. This blue light suppresses production, regulates sleep. Consequently, disrupted sleep patterns can lead to insomnia, and this kind of sleep related issues affecting both physical and mental well being. Lightness of technology um, can wake somewhat, what should I say, invisible function of brain and give a pass for these problems. If technology is allowed by schools, it can have a big impact on the health of the children, as I said at the beginning. That's all.
Okay. And now Mina will be cross-questioned by the fourth speaker of affirmative party, which is Octavian. Please, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah, okay, so my name is Octavian. Ouch. And I have a few questions about your arguments. So your first argument was like it's very harmful for the eyes, right? So let's talk in this way. The new gadgets like smartphones, laptops, now they are better in this way, so you're not getting so affected by them. And also, if we introduce this at schools, I think we should teach school some rules of using the technologies. For example, some ice exercises and things like this. In my school where they have this. And as I said, I don't think the technologies are so harmful for the eyes if they use it right. And yeah, we should learn that from the childhood.
Okay. If that's it,
No,
then
I thought she had to respond, but okay, I can continue. Also, she said that it's also harmful for the children. So we are talking today we're talking about introducing technologies in schools. We are not discussing about how they affect children. And anyways, children are not kind of supposed to use technologies. So I think it's not kind of the theme or the subject of our discussion to introduce the children in this. And many school technologies they're not so harmful and dangerous because mostly they are used by teachers. And yeah, it's all for my side.
Amina, do you have an answer to Octavian's affirmations? Or we can move on? Okay. Then we'll move on to the second speaker of affirmative party, which is Ruxanda. You have 5 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, in today's rapidly evolving world, the integration of technology in schools is not just a luxury, but a necessity. In multiple large-scale studies, where technology has been incorporated into the learning experience of hundreds of systems across multiple schools, they have been associated with better academic outcomes than comparable classrooms that did not include technology. By leveraging online platforms, social networks, and international projects, we empower teachers, students, parents, and other stakeholders to collaborate seamlessly, transcending geographical barriers and enriching the educational experience. Firstly, technology breaks down the traditional barriers to communication and collaboration. Teachers can engage with students in interactive online forums where discussions transcend classroom boundaries and continue beyond the school hours. This fosters a culture of continuous learning and allows for the exchange of ideas and best practices in real time. Secondly, technology empowers parents to be active participants in their children's education. Through online platforms and digital communication tools, parents can stay informed about their children's progress, communicate with teachers, and actively contribute to their educational journey. This level of parental involvement enhances student outcomes and strengthens the partnership between home and school. Moreover, technology opens doors to global collaboration and learning. Through international projects and partnerships facilitated by technology, students gain exposure to diverse perspectives, cultures, and ideas. They develop essential skills such as intercultural competence, adaptability, and collaboration, which are invaluable in today's interconnected world. In conclusion, technologies are undeniably promoters of education, serving as enablers for cooperation and the exchange of best practices among teachers, students, parents, and other stakeholders. By embracing technology in schools, we not only prepare students for the challenges of the future, but also create a more inclusive, collaborative, and dynamic educational environment. Let us seize the opportunities that technology affords us to shape a brighter future for education. Thank you.
Okay, now Ruxanda will be cross-questioned by the third speaker of negative party, which is Madeira. Please, you have 3 minutes.
Hello. You said that everyone will can make global competitions and share ideas, but I think everyone has their own ideas and nationality. So not everyone can connect with each other. So it can because of the real competition and somehow bad issues. So what do you think about that?
I think that in today's society it is crucial for everyone to be open-minded and to share their ideas with other cultures. We need to learn more about other people's traditions, cultures, and ideas. I don't think we should only collaborate with people from our nationality and from our country. I think it is really important to engage with people globally and to form connections this way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if that's it, then we'll move on to the second speaker from negative party, which is Vazira. We have 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Is my voice is available? Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. And technology is not something that we can separate into the bad or the good sides of it, but I can mention some of the disadvantages of the technology. The first thing is distraction in class. When students use devices in class, it can be hard for them to pay attention to their lessons. And according to Google, devices that distract students from the class include television, social media, or texting and telephones. And it can be hard for them to pay attention to the lesson. and just leave the task at hand and diminish productivity. And the next thing I can mention is less talking in person or reduced face-to-face interactions. Using too much technology might mean that students don't talk to each other as much in person, and which is crucial for learning how to socialize. Students interact with each other. They can share a shared sense of purpose and belonging to their life. And the next thing, like that's really, as you guys know, like copying work from the internet or the plagiarism concerns. Like plagiarism means that copying work, some kind of homeworks or codes from the internet. And, sometimes students copy information from the internet and without understanding it, and that's not good for their learning because plagiarism allegations can cause students to be expelled or suspended. And the next thing I can mention is inequitable access to technology. As you know, not everyone have computers. Like a plagiarism, no, inequitable access to technology is not like everyone have own computers, technologies, and some students don't have computers or the internet at home, so they can do the same activities as others, like online activities as others. But and according to Google, China has the most internet users with 75% on it, and most of them are students. Government or like the country is the one that who have to, provide their students with technology. And the next thing is worried about personal information. Some students just worried about schools collect informations from the technology and might not keep it private. Or another reason is search engines too much. Students make them lazy, and students just search from the engines, and instead of figuring things out in their by themselves, and it can be hard for them to learn how to think critically, which is so important for their brain. And as you guys know, one of the biggest problems that's happening in worldwide is overuse of screens and overuse of screens and uh, oh my God. Too much time spent on the internet can make students' mental and physical health bad and make them for the sedentary behavior or the eye strain, like make them full tired. Technologies, affect energy, all things that can make students fall full tired. According to the Google, a typical adult or a teenager spends 8 hours and 45 minutes a day on staring at a screen, and over 400 million people are addicted to the internet worldwide, and the 12.4% of the uh, people do not really use internet regularly than like they planned. Yeah, and as our the first member mentioned, it's about health impacts. Prolonged screen time can make students I make them bad, and last thing is loss of traditional skills. Relying heavily on technology might mean that students do not really learn the some kind of basic arithmetics or the handwriting. And there is interesting fact about it. It is the 60.4% of the people through their handwriting is terrible, and actually 20% of the people worldwide is handwriting is like an ugly or bad. And the last thing is technology glitches and frustration. And thank you for the attention. Yeah, it's all.
Okay, now Vazira will be cross-questioned by the third speaker of affirmative party, which is William. You have 3 minutes.
So first of all, I would like to talk about what you said about distractions in class. So I believe that when a student looks at his phone and is tempted to do this, it's more about a problem for the teachers because they can't, captivate the students with the material they give. So it means that either the teachers are unqualified or they just don't know how to manage the interest and attention of the student. So I would like to ask you, do you agree that it's more about a problem of teachers? Like students are just children. They can't think critically and, manage their time correctly. So why don't teachers just captivate them with games and, interesting information?
I would think that, like as I mentioned, distraction in class, like you said, related to the teachers. But there are a lot of good teachers that can make a lesson so interesting, and all the students have to pay attention to their lesson, not the telephone or not the, offline games like on their phones or the maybe online or maybe as I mentioned it, it's not only the telephone, but the, texting maybe to their friends or got a call from their, friends. So that's why they use telephones. And of course, is a distraction in a bad, and bad situation for the teacher too. Yeah. So students, I think, do not really have to use technologies. It doesn't really, it is a phone or tablet, I don't know. But they have to like pay attention to their lesson and to respect to their teachers. Yeah.
What I wanted to say is that if the lesson is more interesting than the offline games or texting with friends, won't the student just pay attention to the teacher as it's more interesting? For example, if you know that you can win and as you win a candy, so if you have the chance to win it, why would you pay attention to your phone? You can play at home, but you can't have sweets at home, for example. I think that it depends on the teacher. That's my point of view. But thank you for your opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. نمقلي.
Okay, now we can move on to the third speaker of affirmative party, which is Vivian. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to mention that indeed, anything in this world can be used not on its main purpose, and respectively beneficial things can be used for negative purposes, as well as the way back. However, I believe that it must not stop us from evolving, from creating and using what is made to help. Nowadays, society is surrounded with modern technologies, starting with smartphones and ending with watches that have almost the same facilities. Today, it's something usual to have an electric car, a phone, tablet, a notebook, a computer, and so on. And oh my gosh, and I believe it would be really odd to ignore these things while talking about schools and the educational system as a whole. The education of students must be modern, and it must correspond to nowadays necessities. It is impossible to create qualitative and qualified professionals in the domain of the future, which is programming, without the digitalization of the curricula. Even doctors and economists and almost all of the people must know how to use a computer in order to do the work properly. Now, working with computers and smartphones is not an option. It is a necessity without which it is impossible to integrate into the society. While we should take it into serious consideration, I would like to point out that most of the children already know how to use a smartphone. However, they do not understand how to use it properly. If a child from the very young age uses a phone to watch the YouTube and to play video games, we cannot expect him to grow and realize himself the true purpose of the technology, which makes us think that in this way, it's a must-have for parents and teachers to explain and show them how these things can benefit you. The comprehension of this thing is crucial when considering the fact that the young generation of today is the future of the whole humanity, and we can't let it spoil, as many old people prefer to say. So here it comes the widely spread solution made up by parents, which is to isolate their children from technologies, which I think is a terrible way of solution and solving the problem, as it's a degradation of the society, a stop in our evolution, which affects the child's integration and social life as a whole. On the other hand, a way better solution would be to integrate these technologies in the area where the child uses it for a good purpose, thus learning its true value and opportunities that it gives. Therefore, technologies will facilitate the educational process, and students will know how to use them properly. The point I want to make is that if a teacher forbids the student to use the phone during the lesson, the child will have the temptation to do it, so that first of all, to show his independence, and secondly, just to irritate the teacher. So, however, if the pupil is given a task which involves using his phone, that is both interesting and interactive, he will first understand the true mission of the technology, and second, he will comprehend the material better and faster. The thing that I propose is providing the educational system with enough interactive and interesting games, videos, images, crosswords, and other materials that would be both captivating and useful for the students. For example, learning biology is quite different when it comes to imagining how the organs look, especially when seeing them only in books in a 2D way. On the other hand, modern technologies give us the opportunity to watch them in a 3D way, to see them in process, to understand how they really behave, etc. So in this way, students will be interested in the lesson, and some of them might even access the material at home for a better comprehension. Another benefit is that students can get qualitative education from unqualified professionals. For instance, if a teacher finds it difficult to explain some subjects and has trouble with finding the best way to transfer the information, they can watch videos and access sites that provide a better comprehension with a more detailed and explicit information. To sum up everything said above, I strongly believe that technologies facilitate the educational process, and that it's a whole movement for the schools of today's society that will definitely affect them in a good way. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Now William will be cross-questioned by the second speaker of negative party, which is Vazira. You have 3 minutes. Are there any tech issues, or the time is going? Okay, just 1 minute.
So, like as you mentioned, like doing some kind of crosswords, like online, of course, with the teachers, it's not really okay because if you interact with with your classmates, with the friends of yours, and with the teacher, you have a better understanding in lessons. And without even technology, you can, just do crosswords, all the games in school, like offline. And it's better for the children's and the students critical and the physical thinking. What about like this?
Well, when talking about interacting with your peers, we can think like this. Why don't divide them in study groups? For example, it's even cheaper for the school just not to get 17 laptops for every student. You get just 5 and divide the students into study groups by 3. In this way, they will solve the task together and they will interact with each other and not online. They'll do it offline, but they will just redirect their information in a crossword, which is not on paper, but on computer. And it's more ecologic and it's just better for their interaction,
So how about the connections with the teacher?
Okay, so the teacher is at school. The teacher's main purpose is to transfer the information to students. So it doesn't matter really how the transfer is made, you know? If the child comprehends the information just from solving a crossword, what's the necessity of interacting with the teacher and, you know, just talking to him? Because there are students who just talk to the teachers daily, but they cannot comprehend the material well, you know? So when using a crossword and interacting with your peers, I think there is a better chance of realizing and understanding the material. The teacher just has the purpose to transfer the information. And if the crossword does it well, why should we stop it?
Okay, thank you for your answer.
Thank you too.
Now I'm offering the stage to the third speaker of Negative Party, which is Nadira. You have 5 minutes.
I want to talk about somehow online websites. You know, they can usually share your data with them, and websites can get easily hacked by someone, and your data will be spread through the internet, and someone can spread false information about another person. They can spread fake news, rumors, and it can make the person depressed and lonely. Even it can ruin someone's life. And it can be online harassment. The websites can be used for online harassment and spread of hate speech affecting individual mental health and well-being. They can bullying someone. As Wazira said, it can reduce your face-to-face interaction. Many people can get obsessed with online interactions because you will have enough time to think or translate your speech. Even in online conversation, you don't see anyone's face, so it can make you the way more confident. So it will be bad for your face-to-face speech. And depends on technology. As society becomes more dependent on online services, you can use your telephone as your bank, so you can pay online for everything. But if this will get hacked, you will lose your all money on your credit card. So this is what I mean. Websites can be dangerous for people, and you can lose your all information. That's all.
Okay, now Nadira will be cross-questioned by the second speaker of the affirmative party, which is Ruxanda. You have 3 minutes.
You said that websites are not safe nowadays because our information can get hacked. I disagree completely with this idea because nowadays there is a thing called encryption. I want to explain what encryption means. While they can see that which websites you're visiting, nobody between you and the website can see what you're doing there. If you're visiting Wikipedia, for instance, there are millions of pages you might be looking at, ranging from flower arranging to illegal things, for example. I have not checked whether pages like this exist on Wikipedia. I'm just giving an example. Encryption permits the secure transmission of data between you and the website without anyone being able to read or change that data. Only a decade ago, websites were not safe, but nowadays, most of the websites will not be able to steal your data. And I don't think we should blame technology for the fact that bullying is a really big phenomenon nowadays, and I don't think it correlates with our debate right now. That's all that I have to say.
So I think yeah, nowadays, as you said, yeah, there are some securities looking for this, but it's there's machine كلمة some bad people that can talk to you by the big company's side, so you can think this is a big and safe company. That's what I mean.
I have not heard of cases like this where platforms that were used at schools, I don't know, I have never heard of this thing, and I don't think it exists because, how I said, this is illegal, and most of the websites that are used at school are just for school purposes and learning purposes. And encryption exists, and encryption does not permit for someone to steal your data. And this is a real thing.
Okay, thanks for opinion.
Okay, now we are moving on to the fourth speaker of affirmative party, which is Octavian. You have 5 minutes to present your argument.
Okay, so let me start. I think the digital learning is important nowadays because, let's be honest, when you just start exploring the real digital world, you firstly notice how big it is and how much time you need to understand it all. So getting experience at a young age would be very helpful for the new generations, and they could probably share their knowledge to the older generations and help the entire community to become better in the new innovation and technologies. At the heart of my argument, I want to say that we need to develop digital skills as students because we must recognize, let's be honest, that our ability to navigate in the digital age is based on our proficiency with the new digital tools and platforms. Using them, all of that, give, give up, give us the opportunity to reinforce our academic knowledge, but also to cultivate essential career competencies. So, considering the vast array and number of digital resources, databases, all this stuff, these tools empowers us to explore, create, communicate in new ways that were imminent irreal in the past. So by embracing these digital resources, we not only increase our academic performance, but also keep, I think, ourselves with the skills necessarily to succeed in the workforce of tomorrow. Moreover, the digitization of education improves our mindset of lifelong learning and adaptability. In a world where technology evolves every day, new tools, our ability to adapt to it is just must have for everyone. So by introducing ourselves in the digital learning, we grow, we develop something like ability for continuously learning. And most importantly, the digitization of education prepares us for the future. As we get on our academic and professional journey, we must recognize that the skills we acquire today will help us to build our future. So by getting digital tools and platform in our education, we can get more confidence in using all of them and get ready for the life after the school. So by the end, I want to say that introducing these new tools empowers us to reach new heights, achievements, and help us to build our future on a subject that we really like and want to practice our whole life.
Okay, now Octavian will be cross-questioned by the third speaker of negative party, which is Omina. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. First, you've said it can increase our mindset. Yeah, in some way, it is possible that people can increase their mindset who know about limit, and I mean they spend the time with technology with limit. But what about others? For example, children They only play a game and watching movies or cartoons with usage of technology, but they cannot increase their mindset.
Okay, so as I said before, we're not talking here about children's. And anyway, usually children are playing games and watching cartoons because they don't know about the other possibilities. Because let's be honest, you just you, you find about them when you grow a little. So we need to teach them from the young age where are the possibilities, what you can do, and how it is gonna help you in the future. So it's more about the thing that we don't teach them anything. The the parents let the children find all this by themselves. So they only find their cartoons. Here is the problem. We need to help them to find more interesting things that is really important.
Thank you for the answer.
Now I'm giving the speech to the fourth speaker of Negative Party, which is Nazima. You have 5 minutes to present your argument.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as I start my speech, you know that my name is Nazma Fan, and I have to speak about the negative side, one apparent. To begin with, as the 21st century continues to progress, more and more educational institutions are beginning to embrace technology in a bid to optimize learning outcomes. A plethora of tangible benefits has been identified as a result of this innovative adoption, with its positive impacts manifested across a range of areas. For instance, technology has enabled students to gain access to wealth of information beyond the scope of traditional textbooks and lecture notes. As long as we are having an argument about negative sides of gadgets and using them at schools, let's talk up deep and discuss one apparent negative impact of technology on our education. Firstly, I really need to kick off by highlighting the fact that the digital age has revolutionized the way we learn and interact with one another, but it has also endangered a plethora of negative outcomes for education. Nevertheless, technology can facilitate both ease and detriment to the learning process depending on how it's utilized and managed. In addition, technology can often create an atmosphere of inattention. The barrage of notifications from smartphones and computers can be distracting for students. That's a really thing. They can lead to the poor academic performance or difficulty retaining information. It's obvious that the rapid advancement of technology in the past few decades has had a monumental impact on every aspect of life. Unfortunately, its growing presence in the field of education is not without its drawbacks. Research has identified two primary negative effects that technology has had on the undergraduate's learning process. First and foremost, it's decreased social skills. And the second one is the main and crucial problem, like increased laziness. Let's talk about toddlers' sociable behavior in this era. As technology becomes more prevalent in the classroom, it can erode traditional opportunities for students to engage with each other and build interpersonal relationships. Because this one thing that is valid to have a conversation with each other when you come to the school and you have to communicate with others. That's a naturally essential thing for everyone. And technology can be a distraction in the classroom, like diverting students' attention away from learning objective and towards entertainment or social media. While technology can enhance certain aspects of education, it's really important to balance its use with traditional teaching methods to ensure a holistic and effective learning experience. Interacting with peers is important, like when you have no accordance, and it can develop the crucial social and emotional competencies. Yet, devices such as tablets, like laptops, computers, and other essays have limited the amount of face-to-face communication between undergraduates. That's the main problem that we have to solve. So this reduction in physical contact can lead to fewer opportunities for collaboration and rendering many students ill-equipped when it comes to forming meaningful connections with their peers. Yeah, we are more connected than even before, able to access vast amounts of information with a few clicks of a button and can perform tasks more efficiently than even before. However, with all of these advances comes a potential downside. Technology has also impacted our mental laziness as well. With the ability to quickly and easily access information on the internet, we have become accustomed to having answers at our fingertips. This can lead to a decreased desire to engage in critical thinking and problem solving as teenagers, as we rely on technology to provide us with the answers we need. Last but not least, like to sum up, everything has its pros and cons sides. Otherwise, technology is not an exception. Technology can't grow without humanity impact and creativity. If our age group killing their people-going skills and losing the sense of humor, what we can expect from others? And that's the main point that we have to figure out. Thanks for your attention. I'm done.
Okay. Now, Nazima will be cross-questioned by the first speaker of affirmative party, which is Angelina. You have 3 minutes.
Alright. So based on what you said, I could highlight a few things, like mental laziness, as you said. We are definitely not talking about replacing our knowledge with the internet and using it for everything related to our lives. We are talking about using it as a support system for our classes and for our teachers, meaning that using platforms as, for example, Kahoot. We still talk to each other. We have fun in class, and as well, we remember the stuff we learn. We summarize that way, and it's a more interactive and fun way to um, just remember what you did in class. Also, as you said, students don't socialize. I don't think that's the case. Students do socialize, and students do talk to each other because it's in our nature. And using technology in class doesn't mean we just sit in our phones or our tablets and ignore everything going on around us. We use it to look at something and to learn something because it is proven by different studies uh, that we learn better by seeing the information than hearing it or reading it. So that's all. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, can I answer for your question? Listen. Okay, Angelina, you said that technology can support the thing that we can realize, but it has detrimental sides too. I didn't say that the laziness can be turned from the worst. So being so motivated doesn't mean that you have to initiate everything in one other. So I'm not going to talk about the people who are hidden to their own talents just because they think they're not doing well enough for their lives. And that's a key point that you have to say, that supporting our knowledge is not about supporting and socializing too. With pupils turning to introverts from extroverts or ambiverts, it's not all about characteristics that people can say, but everything, trust and everything that's surrounding us can affect our life over aspects of the refreshments. You can't get some kind of sodium from the outside. If this technology is overusing, okay, if you want to expect or support some kind of things, but it's not about having so much kind of love from the internet and using some kind of like cyberbullying and this kind of things. Education is not the thing that you have to initiate in one time. I've done. Did you get it?
Yes. Well, as you said, not overdoing it. Uh, if you use technology rationally in school, I mean, it's it's meant to help us. What we do outside of school, if we spend our time sitting on the internet and watching movies or just
You're
wasting
always
time.
talking about this. You're already talking about the negative sides, but you have to approve the positive sides of technology. As you mentioned that it's not about overusing the internet, but what if this like ends, like if you continue do same thing again and again? It's not about like using technology every day, every hour, every like second of your like life. Is not about being so initiated for the one thing. So I'm
Well,
totally disagree with your statements.
well, I mean, you said that students and children and people become from extroverts to introvert. I wanted to say that that's not caused by technology used in schools, but everyday use outside of school and at home.
It's approved
So it's
by the
not just
world statistics. It's approved by the world statistics that many people who are going into the internet and using the mainly technology with their own self, they are turning to the introverts, they're closing their hearts, they're closing in one room and getting comfort on their own pleasure. So it's not about like turning from extroverts to the introverts. That's a natural thing that comes from our mouth. That's natural. Did you get it?
well, now you're disagreeing with yourself because you said it is caused by technology and overuse of it in schools. I meant to say that it's not the use in schools because it is just helping us and the teachers to visualize the learning material better,
A
not
little bit
to.
can help you a little bit
Sorry
while
to
doing your
interrupt.
education.
Sorry to interrupt both of you, but you crossed the limit by 2 times.
Okay.
You've been speaking for 6 minutes, which
Thanks.
is not okay. So unfortunately, I have to stop you because we have to move on to the last speakers of our debate. I'm giving the stage to the vice speaker of Affirmative Party, which is Victoria. She'll present us her conclusion for 5 minutes.
Okay. Hello. So, in conclusion, and also in our humble opinion, we really agree the development and to introduce the technology in schools like a partner of education. And there are some points that really can show the advantages of technology. First of all, technology can facilitate the study process, and he gives to all students a lot of opportunities to express their interests and needs, because we live in a large community of internet and we can talk with someone easily with some special needs in other countries or in other spaces. We just open our phone and we just talk with who we need. In the second argument is that technology can make the study process individual for each one, thanks to artificial intelligence. The third argument is that technology can motivate us to learn better, to really like what we learn, because the material is represented more creative and more interesting. And in the moment we really like what we see and it is attractive, we memorize better. And that material can rest in our memory for a whole life. The fourth argument is that technology facilitates, and he have that power to change that knowledge between teachers, students, parents, and other people. Why not? Through online platforms, through social media, and international projects. Like how we speak right now. We don't went to Uzbekistan, or you don't came to Moldova to have that debate. We just open our notebooks, our phone, and we have a really interesting debate. And I appreciate that that advantage of technology to have a lot of opportunities. And in the end, we can surely say that the main role of technology is to create a lot of connections between us, between learners and teachers and other people, why not? And for have a better explanation and a better understanding. For sure, it is not one thing that will give us 1% guarantee that everything will be secure and okay. But if you know how to manage our time, to manage that all opportunities, and how correctly use technology, we can be healthy, we can be insecure, and we really can have part of the best experience while communicate through technologies. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. That's all.
Great. Now we move on to the last speaker of today's debate, which is Camila. Yeah, the fifth speaker of Negative Party that will present us her conclusion in 5 minutes.
Okay. To sum up our opinion, all of our members' opinion, I'd like to say that it depends how you use the technology, positive or negative. So everything has pros and cons, so does the technology. For example, as our members mentioned, it limits the problem-solving skills and creativity and thinking out of the box, which is really important in our daily lives. And apart from that, if we talk about the health, it also slows the thinking process and dulling the thinking process, and laziness to do real work. What does it mean, laziness to do real work? We say that if you sit in a position for hours and doing something with technology, you might be the pupils might be lazy to get up and do other things which can be done physically. And apart from physical health, we can also say that it affects mental health, such as struggling to handwriting also, because nowadays, as our member mentioned, lots of people are struggling to handwriting beautifully. I think it is the cause of the technology. And if you add, it is also increasing the screen time for students, because nowadays everyone is using their phones and like laptops, apart from the schools. So if they come to schools and again use technology, it might worsen their eyesight. And if we talk about the cost, it also costs a lot for buying a new technology and keeping up with changes, because if the government buys us, the students, a new laptop for our use, in the next year it might break or somehow lose the change. So it is really expensive for government to buy every year laptops or like the planchets for the students. And if you talk about the teachers, there's also a lot of teachers, old and young teachers, who don't know how to use the technology fully. They are not professionals, but they might know a little, but not much to teach the students. But if the teachers do not use the technology, in my opinion, it's also okay to make the lesson interesting. And as I mentioned, as a coin has two sides, everything has advantage and disadvantage. We are not saying the students or the people should avoid using the technology, but lessen the lessons it is used. And there are also the lot of young generation who are making mistakes, like sitting in the laptop for a long time or using it wrongly without like doing eye activities, just using it wrongly. So we want to prevent from happening it to the young generation. And I think that's all. Yeah, everything has pros and cons. We should not avoid using it, but lessen it. Yeah, that's all. I'm
Great.
done.
Those were all the arguments from affirmative and negative party. Now I will invite the judges to a private room where they will have a discussion, I think for 10 or 15 minutes, depends. And they will decide who are the winners of the following debate. Okay, 1 second. I will add everyone. And when you will be ready, dear judges, just will come back to our main session and will present us your decision. Okay, I think we will wait for a short period of time until the judges will get back. Do you have emotions? How do you feel after that debate? Are you okay?
Yes.
Sorry, can you repeat your question or sentence, please?
Oh yeah, sure. I was wondering, are you okay? Like, how do you feel after the debate?
Yeah, it was a really good debate. Yeah, I really loved your researches and the facts that you found. Yeah, I really appreciate your researches.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other members would like to talk a few more about the topic. So if you are okay, as judges are not here to continue the conversation, the debate. Are you okay with that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. We have time, so we can discuss it.
Okay.
Ask a question. Let's see, Mike, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Because I wanted to ask her, she said that it causes us to go from extroverts or ambiverts to introverts. I just wanted to ask, do you believe that introverts is an issue? Like, it's not a problem, it's not a mental problem. Why do you speak about it in such a negative, with such a negative attitude? Because I used to be an introvert, and as you can see, I don't have like problems with that. So that's just my question. Do you believe that introverts are like people with mental issues?
Yeah, and I want to add something to Willy's opinion. Let me please first. So sorry, but yeah, I think that if you are introvert by yourself, there are more bigger problems that can affect that. So let me explain. There is bullying. There is a lot of bad people that can make you an introvert. So the internet is not the biggest problem in this way that we have. So yeah, no talk.
So, gentlemen, here is a misunderstanding. I didn't say that extroverts are turning to the introverts totally. And here is some mental issues and introverts are bad people. I didn't mention anything like this. I just wanted to say that people turn to the introvert characteristics, like they begin to come up, they get closet, they don't want to talk to anyone that's surrounding people. I didn't say that like being introverted, because I'm introverted as you. I don't like talking to people. It's natural. It's not from the internet. But I said that people can turn their characteristic and learn from the internet to only socialize, not in the real life. I said in this way. You
Is
have
it
to
a
count
problem?
and consider that.
Is it a problem if you get like do you believe it's
Can you repeat your question? Here is the problems with connection.
okay? So do you believe it's a problem that students or in general people can have introvert characteristics? Because you said that they might get some characteristics from introverts. So is it a problem that people can get these characteristics?
It can be problem during their lives. If they are naturally introverted, there's no problem. If normal people turn into their characteristic, that's the biggest problem, or not mainly, because during their life they have to they face some kind of challenges. If they can't speak and they're if they can't consider their emotions and opinions clearly, that's the one challenge that we can't resolve it. It's not about problem. Like if you are introverted, there's everything okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, but let's
I
think
think
this way, like if everyone is an extrovert, for example, like me, it's gonna be a lot harder to communicate with each other. So, for example, for me, it's very complicated to listen much to a person, and usually that's a problem of extroverts. So I think we need both introverts and extroverts, and honestly, more we need introverts because there are a lot of people who like to talk, like me, and we need someone to listen us.
It's
I
not
think
about being
sorry.
extroverted, introverted. Oh, sorry, Victoria. There's no problem if you're extroverted and every people is natural come out from my mouth. And if someone is good listener, you have to be a good speaker. You tell some kind of stories from your life. It's about plus and minus people who can advise their own selves just be together. It's not about your characteristic from extroverts. And we are getting out of topic.
Exactly, like how is this affecting the digital learning? We're talking about learning in the digital world, not staying the whole day in the PCs or laptops.
Extroverts have brains, and we also have brains, like introverts. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you're extrovert or introvert naturally. If you want to study, everyone can. If you can, if your brain can exist.
But I think really that if someone is introvert, we need to socialize with other person. It's like to breathe. We need to share our emotions, our experience to someone else. Because if we stay only with us and with all this experience, maybe negatives, it can be healthy for us. We need to discuss, even if we are a little bit introvert. We need to share our emotions maybe with one person or two person, because that's it. We're human and we need to communicate with each other. And technology is an opportunity to communicate by phone, not face to face if you are not sure, or if you are not um, if you are so introverted, you are feared to speak. We just speak on our phones, by our phones. So that's it, my opinion.
I'm totally agree with you, Victoria. You said just what I wanted.
So happy.
More, I don't think that really affects your learning abilities if you're an introvert or extrovert. We just have different ways, but we all are learning. So, like the thing that we are using technologies for that is not affecting it so much, just making learning easier, funnier, and yeah, let's go ahead with the times.
Okay, like as you mentioned before, like learning is needed for our future, yes?
Yep.
So I'd like to mention that not just schools, like let's move on to work, like working process. If you're in a work, if you're a teacher or somehow a police officer or anything, um, you should be, I think, more sociable because if you are like not sociable, you don't talk to your like the workmates, and it might cause some like you might be alone in the work, and you might not like develop in the work. Like if you're sociable, you will have just a lot of friends in life, and maybe yeah, that's really good to be sociable.
Okay, let me talk another way. So imagine humans invented the cure for the cancer or something like this. But we are not using this one because it's new and we don't want to use that. So here is the same thing. We have the biggest database in the world on a thing like near us every time in our pocket. But we are not gonna use that because of some stupid reasons. So it's like we have all the possibilities, but we're not using them because of nothing. That's not a reason.
Well, actually, I want to support you girls. Like when
Why?
talking about technology, yeah. I want to support you just because, this is this phenomena of comparison. And the internet just facilitates, the getting depression because of comparison. That's why I can agree with you on this topic. However, I would like to point out that now we're having an efficient communication, a debate, and we're doing it online. And I'm not an introvert. I'm not more introverted because I'm talking to you online. It's just the thing that I enjoy spending my time with you now, and I'm doing it online, and it's not an obstacle for us to talk. It's not an obstacle for us to have a debate, So I believe that's interesting just because it offers us the opportunity to talk, even if we're from different cultures, from different countries, we have a different timeline. However, we're speaking now in the moment, and it's so beautiful. So thank you for that.
And we're not brainless. Yeah.
Yeah, until we are waiting for the judges, I would like to express my sincere desire to say to thank all of you for like firstly participation in this debate, right? The fact that you accepted to have this event online. And I can mention that all of you are really prepared. They worked a lot. You worked a lot on your arguments. And I'm proud that it will make it possible this big debate to happen because actually it's been a long time since we tried to have this conversation online, right? And we postponed our event for like I feel like it was 2 times actually. And finally we managed to do on 9th of March here online. And I'm really thankful. I hope it's not our last interaction. I hope it's just a start to beautiful, I don't know, activities online in the future as well. Or who knows, maybe we'll have a different debate on a different topic in the future with different individuals. Um, who knows? But I feel like it's just a beautiful start, and next step is something more complex, more beautiful, and with more like social impact. I hope so. We'll see. But now I just want to say that you did a great job, everyone. You're the best out of the best. You represent your school, your council, your country, and you did a really great job. Yeah, I appreciate your work. Bravo.
Thank you.
My sister.
Thank
Yeah.
you thank you too. Like, I really appreciate the affirmative team's research. Also, like, I also like, our debate online, but because it was our debate topic that we should say the disadvantage of the technology, but we also say that it has advantages, but we just supported the disadvantage because it was our topic. But it was really good to have an online meeting with y'all. In my opinion, it is really good. Yeah.
Great. Great. I'm happy to hear that.
Все, мы можем говорить на русском. Уж как бы тяжело говорить на английском, все подряд.
No. Let's practice English. We're here to practice it.
Не, почему?
Я тоже хочу на русском немножечко.
Давайте.
Каждый, кому как легче, пусть так и будет говорить, и все.
Да, все, Ктавя будет говорить на английском, а остальные на русском. А? Да.
No, Lynn is gonna support me.
Никто не будет.
I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
Okay. I have just one question. Okay? It's okay if we'll make some posts on social media about this debate. And it's okay if your faces will appear on.
We can blur them, by the way. If you don't want, we can blur them.
No, I'm asking. If it's not okay, we can just put the smile on your face, or like we can share our social media, by the way. I will send all the links to all our social media of our council to our group, right? And you can check like what we're doing online, and you will see actually the post about today's debate as well there.
And this is how you get more subscribers on social media.
Yeah, our Instagram page is a really interesting page to follow. I definitely recommend doing that. We have really good posts.
Okay. I will send you the link so you'll check it by yourself, and yeah. But I'm just asking if it's okay to post some screenshots from this debate online.
Is everything okay with our faces during the connection is so you can post them. Can you send the link after that?
The link with
for the post. Yeah.
Okay, I will send you.
Are you going to post it on Instagram or on YouTube? What platform? Social media, I mean.
I think we'll post it on Instagram and Facebook, right, Roxanda?
Yeah, we'll post it on Facebook as a post and on Instagram as a story.
Yeah.
Maybe on our Telegram channel. As Irina said, if you want, we can blur your faces. Yeah, just tell us, we'll do that.
I think for judges, it's hard to decide the winners. It takes it's more than 50 minutes. Like they're discussing.
Людишки, можно один вопрос? А вы знаете, что такое IELTS?
Да, мы сдавали.
Конечно.
А сколько у вас скор по IELTS?
Пацана?
Вам слышно?
Да.
6 или что там? 7?
Ну, у меня лично overall получился 6,5. Вот.
Ого, поздравляю.
А я не сдал IELTS.
А когда?
Да
Вы
не знаю.
планируете?
Не.
Еще кроме IELTS есть еще TOEFL. Я все сдавали IELTS. У нас выбор большой.
То
Я
есть,
лично,
Вас
я
вообще не слышно, Вилен, там что.
но у нас не только IELTS, как
А,
экзамен. У нас еще TOEFL есть. У нас,
Кембридж.
да, Кембридж, то есть.
Кембридж, да.
Но я не планирую сдавать ни одно из этого в следующие 2-3 года, так что не задумывался.
А в будущем это же понадобится вам?
Ну
Ну,
да.
когда-то.
Ну, проблему на потом оставлю.
Everyone,
И на русском.
Oh, yeah, I'm back.
can
What?
can we share our Instagram usernames?
Mine or like our group?
I think that everyone can write their Instagram ID on the comments here, and later you can follow each other on like Instagram or any other social medias. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ну, звуки разумно.
Mikrofon.
Телеграм, где?
Recording stopped.
Я уже отправила в Телеграм-чат. Ну, нет, некоторых нету в Телеграм-канале. А, нет, в группе тоже нету. Вообще никого нет.
Я отправлю в молдавский телеграм-чат потом ваши ники Инстаграм. Там не все участники в той группе.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Irina, poate ea nu știu că trebuie să conecteze. Ce se întâmplă?
Nu, păi ei sunt în conferință, eu mă
Păi,
uit aici, e 3 acolo, ei vorbesc. Să intru la dâns și să întreb dacă poate au care probleme, nu știu.
Mai bine intră și
Poate nu se pot decide, eu nu știu.
stricat prietenia.
Încă o dată, să intru și să spun că mai au 3 minute?
Da.
Mhm. Так,
pe
stai,
cineva o dat
acum și
mute.
încerc. Cineva ce?
O dat mute.
No.
Trebuie cumpărat.
Trebuie de cumpărat sau celălalt.
O săptămână m-am rugat ca să intri, să fii juriu. Care mit? Так.
Păi dacă ai avut o săptămână, puteți să-i dai și mită, știi?
I'm broke. I'm a broke student. You know?
Короче, я некоторым отправила запрос на подписку через Telegram. А, нет, Instagram.
So the judges told me that they need 5 more minutes to decide and they will get back to the main session here. So we have to wait 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Are you guys here? I hope you'll not leave. Okay, great. Because I don't know why it takes so long for the judges to make this decision, but we'll wait for them. I joined them once and they told me 5 minutes. Now it's 10 minutes already. Okay. We'll wait for 5 more minutes, and if they will not join us, I'll join them again because it's almost 11. Yeah. 12, I mean, not 11.
Hello.
Recording in
Hello.
progress.
So, are you ready for the results?
We're ready to hear your.
Yes.
Okay. So, generalizing all the things that you have spoken about in this debate about what the impact of the technology into education, I would say that both parts were great, delightful. I was so excited to hear all the arguments that you have, pro or cons, and with the judges, we have put the general marks, starting with argumentation for the Moldova team. We have the marks between 1 to 10. So the Moldova team, the affirmative part of this, has 5. Why? Because it's the average. Most of you, I'm not talking about Moldova, most of you just thrown a lot of arguments without facts. Some I don't remember. One or two was just talking about also the data and facts that would probably take the argumentation into higher mark, but it was so small amount of people that you have 5. To talk about the Uzbekistan team, the negative part of this debate has 8 because majority of Uzbekistan team has provided a lot of facts, basically from the last year 2023, and data that has been provided was proven untrue. Moving on to the refutation that has the logic, facts, authorities, and emotion to discredit opposing teams' assertions. Starting with Moldova, has the general mark 6. It's something above the average because Moldova has provided a lot of logic facts that is properly true, and I agree a lot with the majority of them, but not so outstanding. So we could put the higher mark because most of the logic facts that we're just repeating all the time. And I cannot say that if you're into a debate and you want something to present an fact and a big, strong argument, you would repeat the same thing as the counter argument was said or somewhere before you have said. But about the Uzbekistan team is 1 point higher, it's 7. The same thing as for Moldova. The third part was rebuttal. Arguments made by other teams are responded and dealt with effectively. So the both teams have the same mark, so it's 7. You were just done work, great work for both parts, and you were presented the counter arguments properly and just were fluent into the speech. Moving to the organization, I would say that Moldova team has the final mark 9 because I would say logically moving, the speech flow was undelightful. An opening statement, assertion, refutation, rebuttals, and closing, also the closing arguments. So the final mark is 9 because Moldova has presented the fluent speech and also was a confident, but as we know, the confidence is the key. But not so bad.
Delightful or undelightful?
Delightful.
Oh, sorry.
No, just it's okay. Also the same part is for Uzbekistan, but 1 point not so good. I took the 1 point, so it's 8 because Uzbekistan team proved a lot of arguments, but not was the fluent of the speech. I agreed with a lot of arguments, and the parts that have been stated was great, but not as for the Moldova. So compared to the Moldova, Uzbekistan was not as good as Moldova team. So the last part, the speaker style. We put the same grade for both parts, for both teams. It's 8 because the both parts had a good speaker style. The gestures were higher than I expected, and both part convinced the judges and had the proper arguments for us. And the final scores, the average of this final scores. I don't want to discourage you, but the final score for Moldova stated for the what have been judged into this debate is 35. Congratulations for Moldova team. It was great done work. And for the Uzbekistan team is 38. It's congratulations to Uzbekistan team. It's 3 points difference, but you made that because you had strong parts into argumentations and refutation. So that's the final scores. Thank you all, and thank you for thank you for your participation. The argument is I really enjoyed the debating. Thank you for this opportunity to judge you. Nice to meet you all. If some other judges have something to say.
Yeah. May I? So, congratulations to the both teams, but I want to mention a really important thing in a debate. So, you just have the subject, yeah, the technologies in schools. You just need to do not deviate from our subject, to not talk about the technologies in our social life, in our out school. So it is a thing that I mentioned in your debate. Actually, a debate, it's about the truth, yeah? to improve the truth, and it is not the end. The debate do not put the end, so the final decision. Actually, the idea of a debate is to improve the way of thinking, the way of mindset. So you just need to pay attention to way you express yourself, the way you just improve. So provided some information. Just do not deviate from the subject. If we talk about the technologies in schools, we talk about the technologies in schools, not the technologies in our social life. Bring the information, bring the statistical data about technologies in schools. So this is my conclusion, and I'm really happy for you and for inviting me at this debate. And I'm really happy to see this kind of people. And I wish you good luck for next debate or next opportunities. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you too.
If that's it, I would like to mention that every single participant in this debate will receive a certificate, a diploma, right? For their first place or second place, yeah. And I would like to thank the judges for their critical thinking and for their true, like, I can tell that you put a lot of effort and it took you a really long time to decide the winners of this debate, but we do appreciate your effort and thank you a lot. That's it for today. I'm really thankful for the fact that you accepted to be part of this wonderful event. I hope that it's just a start in our bright future, and I hope that you'll take this debate as an example. And the feedback that you receive from the judges will help you to improve. And next time, who knows, maybe we will have another debate in the future. You will present a better performance and maybe somehow it will be like it will boost your confidence, right? And you'll learn. I hope that you learn something new from this debate, and you will just become a better person, and you will operate more effectively with your arguments in the future. So that's it for today. Thank you again, and yeah, in the next 2 days you'll receive your certificates, and hopefully we'll keep in touch in the future as well. Thank you, everyone. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
And I wanted to say, if we have a chance to hold like next time, maybe in April, if we have a time, we can organize from our side and this side.
Yeah, sure. You can host the next debate. Why not? Yeah, of course, no problems. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for everyone. You did your best, you tried your best. Congratulations for everyone, and see you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.